Uh-huh.
So I got
Awesome.
a lot of them.
Okay,
So,
great. Let me pull up my. I just got home from work, so I'm
yeah,
pretty much a slacker right now. Well, you know me. Every week I'm pretty much a slacker. So.
no, I feel like that's me. You're always on.
Nah. But thank you. Let's see here. Pull up the textbook. Yeah, last week I did not do good, and I'm pretty sure it's because I was so lazy.
Yeah, you have a lot going on.
Yeah. He is. So where I work, we manage apartments. So we've been trying to get full for the fall here, and we're pretty close. So like right at the end, it just gets pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's good.
Where'd you say you lived again?
In Provo, so we do like BYU approved housing here in Provo.
Yeah, that's gotta be crazy. A lot of coming and going.
Yeah, no, it's like, I mean, it's not as bad as BYU Idaho because our leases are year round. Well, we're going to year round contracts, and at BYU Idaho, you can only have 4-month contracts for housing there. We have some properties up there too, but so yeah, but student housing in general, you've just got always people moving in and people moving out. And
yeah,
it's fun though. It's fun.
What properties do you guys do up here?
You know what? I don't know, because honestly, they just 3 months. No, just like last month, they bought and started managing like 2,000 different beds, and I think it's like between 7 different properties or 8 different properties, and they're all kind of all over the place. But I don't know the names of them. I could look them up, but
What's your
yeah.
company called?
So it's Redstone Residential. I don't know. They're huge in Provo, and they're just growing, and kind of Rexburg is the next place they're growing to. But yeah, I'll have to look up which ones are out there. Let's see.
Yeah, I haven't heard of them before, which you think if they're buying up a ton.
Yeah. Well, that was just last month, so it's been pretty crazy. I have my quiz pulled up and my textbook.
Okay, cool.
Let's see. Okay, so this week we're talking about production and growth. Which of the following are residents in rich countries likely to have a greater opportunities for equality than residents of poor? I would say all of the above. Am I right? Seems like a trick
That's
question.
what I got too. So there were 2 questions that I couldn't answer, and number 2 is one of them.
Okay.
And it's referring to a chart in the book. I'm just gonna pull it up real fast.
Is it section or chapter 12, section 1?
I'm pulling it up right now. It was pretty close to the beginning though, so it sounds right. Yes. Yeah, it was like the first page, so it's section 1. I thought that's what it was referring to, but
the growth rate was, or the real income was 4,264 in 1870, 55,860 in 2014. the growth rate was 1.8% per year. So for it to double, that would double be 150%, or would it, yeah.
Would it be?
If something doubles, by what percentage does it increase? 150%?
I thought it was 100, but let me think about that. Yeah, I think it's 100, but I'll double check.
Let's see. So if we have 20 divided by 10, or is it 2? For something to double it, times by 2, so it's 200%, right?
So what I'm reading right now, an increase of 100% in quantity means that the final amount is 200% of the initial amount. So if you're doubling it, you want it to be 100% increase. And then the final amount you'll have is 200%.
So that would be, well, that doesn't match up. So 1.8%.
Yeah, I tried doing the math like 10 different ways, and I couldn't get any of the answers that are listed.
This means that if the real income beginning at 4,284 were to increase by 1.8% for each of the 144 years. Well, let's think about it. 144, the difference between 55860 minus 4264 is 51. Oh, it doubled on average every. Oh.
So if we do 144 years times 1.8, that gives us, I don't know. That doesn't work. Because if we did 35 times 1.8, that's 63.
Let's see. Well, let's do it this way. So start at 4,264 times 1.8. No. 1.8% times 0.018 times 0.018. Nope, that can't be right. So I'm kind of doing it manually by timesing the amount by 1.018.
And just seeing how long it takes.
Yes, so far I'm at 15 and it's at 5,672. So I'm guessing, so it just went up like 1,500 and it's at 15, maybe 35 years. I don't know, keep going. I can't think of a better way to do it, which is
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can do something in Excel. Get it to it.
I think it's got to be 35 years.
That's what I was thinking. I just awkwardly that I can figure out how to get that 426. Yeah, I think it's gotta be 35 too.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. The average income in a rich country such as the United States is more than. How did you find this one?
So the book says it's more than 10 times, but less than 20 times.
Is that in section 1?
I don't remember where it was. I did it a couple hours ago, but
Okay.
it is from the book, like word for word.
Okay, so which one was it? 5 times, but less than 10 times?
That was 10 times, but less than 20 times.
Ooh, wow. Okay. Um, which of the following correctly ranks the 3 countries for percentage from highest to lowest for percent of the high school changing?
So this one, the book said it was United Kingdom, Mexico, Mali.
Makes sense.
That was kind of surprising to me.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think Mexico would be up there.
Yeah, but Mali is. Hmm. Mali's in Africa, right?
I think so.
I don't know. I guess I'm just like, oh, Africa. You hear about Africa all the time.
If it's a country you don't know, it's probably in Africa.
Right? Definitely. Uh, okay. Countries that grew fastest over the last 100 years or so had average growth rates of real income per person of, is it 1.5%?
It's 2.5, and
2.5?
yeah, and that's just on the chart that we were looking at.
Oh, okay. Okay. Last year, real GDP of the imaginary nation of Oceania was 561 billion. Population was 2.2 million. The year before, the real GDP was 500 billion, and the population was 2 million. Growth rate. So, what's the formula for the growth rate?
I don't know the exact formula, um, but like when I did the math, it was 2%. I'd have
10?
to 2.
2. Oh, that makes sense. So, you just find the difference and divide it by the. Or how did you do it?
I did it. I have a spreadsheet that I was doing stuff on. Um, I can't find where I was doing my work, but Yeah, I don't know. I
Okay.
took.
Oh, my
Yeah,
computer.
sorry.
That's okay. Which of the following would by itself reveal the most about a country's standard of living?
So the book says it's productivity, and that makes sense too.
Yeah, the whole thing is about productivity. How productivity is determined. Okay, notion that our ability to conserve natural resources is growing more rapidly than their supplies are dwindling, supported by the fact.
This one, it said inflation-adjusted prices of most natural resources have been stable or fallen over time. The book says that word for word, and it makes sense too.
Yep. Okay. And I'm so glad you have the answers because I am so brain dead today. Uh,
Um,
okay. An expensive alternative. Go ahead.
this one is the first option for would decline as the alternative would reduce the demand for oil.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Country A has twice as many workers. Country A has twice as many physical capital, twice as much human capital, and access to twice as many natural resources. Country B, assuming constant returns to scale. Which of the following is higher in country A?
I got both output per worker and productivity.
Okay. Then 11, which of the following would increase productivity?
And I think all of these answers are right.
If the number of workers in an economy doubled, all other inputs stayed the same. There were constant returns.
Productivity would fall, but it would still be greater than one half of its former value.
Okay. 13, Workland has a population of 10,000, of whom 7,000 work 8 hours to produce a total of 224,000. Final goods, Laborland has a population of 5,000, of whom 3,000 work 7 hours to produce 105,000 final goods.
So Workland has lower productivity but higher real GDP per person than Laborland.
Oh, so the third one?
Yeah.
14, other things equal relatively poor countries tend to grow slower. Faster?
Faster than relatively rich countries, and it's called the catch-up effect.
They're faster, and this is called the catch-up or the constant
The catch-up
returns.
of the catch-up.
Oh, the catch-up. Okay, if the best educated and most skilled person moves a country, then the short term this country's human capital per year per worker
Will decrease, but physical capital per worker will increase.
Okay. In the U.S., each additional year of schooling has historically raised a person's wage on average by about.
It's 10%, and then in less developed countries, the gap between wages of educated and uneducated workers is larger, which I thought that was super interesting.
That is really interesting.
Gives me hope about my degree. But this is the other one that I wasn't sure about, number 17.
If a country raises its savings rate.
I think it's the first one, but I'm not sure at all.
So national saving is the total income in a country that remains after paying for consumption and government purchases. haven't studied this as much, but I feel like it would be in the long run, but not immediately, not as it moves toward the long run.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
it's a long-term thing. So maybe the third one?
yeah, I think that sounds right.
Okay. Suppose there are diminishing returns to capital. Suppose that also that two countries are the same except for one has more capital per worker. So it has more real GDP per worker than the other. Finally, suppose that the saving rate in both countries increases 4 to 7%.
So it's the country that started with less capital per worker will grow faster.
The country that started with more capital per worker will grow faster.
Less capital.
Less capital per worker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then the next one is inward-oriented policies are the least likely to result in a more rapid economic growth. So the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And then question 20, at the very least, the government should lend support to the invisible hand by maintaining property rights and political speech.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure on all these answers. But
okay.
yeah, if you want to go back and check them, I won't be offended.
No, you're good.
Um,
Hey, we were right on all of them but you. And by we, I mean you.
Wait, what was that?
The two of them were wrong. Maybe,
Oh, really?
yeah, maybe the two that I contributed to.
Yeah, that's not bad in A.